Thank you. Thank you very much. Southside Johnny Lyon. Singer, songwriter, harmonica playing leader of the Asbury Jukes. It is my honor to be here tonight to induct my friend into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. As I have said many, many times before, without Southside Johnny, there would not have been a Jon Bon Jovi. I grew up on the sounds of Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, but I always wanted to be an Asbury Juke. When I started out in the late 70s, Bruce had already released 4 albums. The Jukes had released 3. And there was something in those songs that connected with me. Those guys made Asbury Park, New Jersey, a place where the impossible seemed possible. You didn't have to go to Los Angeles or to London. In fact, we didn't even have to go to New York City to play our own songs. Back then, coming to Asbury Park was like going to church. And seeing the Southside Johnny show was like witnessing a tsunami of sound, led by a singer who delivered every song like it would be the last one he'd ever sing. The Jukes dared you to stand still. Songs like This Time It's For Real, Trapped Again, The Fever, I Don't Want to Go Home, and of course Sam Cooke's We're Having a Party invited us all to the party. From the first song to the last, you couldn't help but raise your hands and shake your ass. And at that time, it wasn't hard to run into one or more of the Jukes in the clubs or on the boardwalk. Maybe that's another reason why we loved them so much. They were approachable. I have many memories of La Bamba teaching the Atlantic City Expressway the right way to perform several soul songs, or Tony Pellegrossi and Kevin Cavanaugh jumping up and playing with my band. Each one of the guys would give this young kid words of encouragement and treated us like we were part of the scene. In 1980, Johnny actually produced some of the first demos I sang on as a member of a band called The Rest, and he let me open shows for him any time that he could. Now, let us also remember this. Southside Johnny is and always was a great frontman. I went to school on Southside showmanship. He was not the kind of guy that you'd ever want to follow on a stage. After any Juke show, you were equally and always exhilarated and exhausted. Early in my career, Johnny taught me what headhunting was. And that was finding a trick that you could leave a mark on the headliner while you were making your mark on the audience. I never forgot that. Throughout my career, Johnny's been a friend, a mentor, a bad influence, and sometimes a cranky son of a bitch. But it's those qualities that make anyone who's ever known him, worked with him, or just come to see his shows love him. Because John is real. He always has been. He wouldn't play the game by anybody's rules. In fact, he didn't play. He worked. And he's still working over 45 years later. Now, I will tell you a secret. He didn't want to be here tonight. When I heard that he was being inducted, I was afraid he wouldn't show up. Not because he didn't appreciate it, no, because I know that he does, but because he always told me to remember it's not about the award you get for the work you've done. It's the reward that you get when you get to do what you love and you do it well. Take a look at this video.
Southside Johnny has long been considered the godfather of the New Jersey sound. John Lyon graduated from Neptune High School in 1967 with Gary Talent and Vinnie Lopez, 2 future musical cohorts. Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes first achieved prominence in the mid-1970s, emerging from the same Jersey Shore music scene as Bruce Springsteen. His first 3 albums were produced by band co-founder Steve Van Zandt and largely featured songs written by Van Zandt or Springsteen. Rolling Stone magazine voted Hearts of Stone among the top 100 albums of the 1970s and 1980s. The group has released more than 25 albums and EPs over the past 40 years. With their classic blend of hardcore, R&B, rock, soulful guitar, and blistering horns, Southside Johnny and his Jukes continue to put their unique stamp on the Jersey Shore sound as they tour the world. Now he represents that sound in the Hall of Fame.
When I got the courage to call him and to tell him that I had to be the one to induct him, it was for selfish reasons. Because I wanted to be the one with the loudest microphone standing here tonight to say that we all love you and that we are collectively presenting you and your Asbury Jukes with this honor as our way to say thank you. Thank you for the music and for being you. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Southside Johnny.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have to say, I'm sorry you had to be here to see all that, but it goes with the territory. I am very proud to be from New Jersey. And when we started out making music and making records, that was not something you could say. We tried to play in New York City, and if we told them we were a New Jersey band, they'd say, we don't want you. Philadelphia, a little bit more welcoming, but not that much. I grew up, my parents would watch Johnny Carson and he would make jokes about New Jersey. And I always wondered, what was that all about? What was different from New Jersey from any other state? But I learned from going to New York and Philadelphia and other places and playing that there was a real axe to grind from me. I wanted to prove that New Jersey was as good as any state as far as the music was concerned. And that made me stronger, more aggressive, and worked my ass off. So thank you, New Jersey. Like the Smithereens say, I couldn't possibly thank all of the people who helped me through this long, long career. So I'm not going to try. You all know their names. You all know their accomplishments. I'm going to thank two people. Well, three. The fans, and my mother and father, Minnie Mae and Dick Lyon. They had great taste in music, but they came home from work and played their records loud, danced, sang along, listened. It was important to them. Music was one of the biggest enjoyments of their life. And I learned from them to appreciate music that way. When I first started singing, I couldn't believe I was getting a chance to do what heroes like Otis Redding and Benny King and Billie Holiday were doing. It's been 50 years now since I started singing, and I guess I'm still doing it. I think I got a couple of gigs this weekend. But anyway, thank you very much for voting me into the Hall of Fame, and I just don't know what else to say except, who'd have thought? Thank you very much.